Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Emily and today I have for you a nice twisting yoga sequence which is really good to help relieve any bloating. Twists are so good for digestion and also really good for the spine. So when you're ready, come join me on the mats. We can start seated nice and comfortably. We can always prop ourselves up on a block and we'll start really nice and simple with some neck circles. So bringing the right ear to the right shoulder, we'll circle the head down, round to the left, and just continuing in our anti-clockwise direction. And these circles can be nice and big, or if we have any tension in the neck today, these circles can be little, and just slowly work out the upper body tension at your own pace. And then twisting the head the other way, circling in our clockwise direction. One more circle, and then gently coming back to our center. We can then just roll out the shoulders, whichever way, it doesn't matter because we'll roll them both ways. So just rolling out the shoulders in one direction and then rolling the opposite way. Again, just warming up that upper body. Great, so we can come back to center. We'll begin with a really nice simple twist. So we can twist to the right. We'll bring the left hand to the right knee and just gently looking over to the right side. Sitting nice and tall through the spine. One more breath. Exhaling, we can gently come back to our center. Inhale, twisting to the left, the right hand comes to the left knee. Nice deep belly breaths. Or connecting with our Ujjayi breath, our ocean breath, where we restrict the muscles at the back of the throat. One more breath. Exhaling, we can gently come back to our center, finding our way into our tabletop position, so we're on all fours. The hands are shoulder width apart, knees are hip width apart, and we'll move through some cat-cows. On our inhale from the sacrum, we'll draw the belly down, lift the chest and chin up. Exhaling, pulling the belly in, rounding the spine, bringing the chin to the chest. Inhale, waving up the spine, lifting the chest and chin up. Exhaling, pulling the belly in, rounding the spine, chin to the chest. Inhaling, lift. Exhaling, round. Two more times. Inhale, lifting the chest and chin up. Exhale, rounding. One more time. Inhale, waving up. Exhaling, rounding. Inhale, coming back to our neutral tabletop position. We can then walk the hands forwards one pace, tucking the toes under, taking the hips back and up to our first downward facing dog. And we can paddle out the feet, take your dog for a walk. Stretch out those legs. Nice full body stretch here. Just moving your body whichever way feels nice. We're just warming up the body. One more breath. On our next inhale, look between the hands. We can slowly walk the feet towards the hands, generously bending the knees and just letting the arms and head hang here for a moment in our ragdoll. On our next inhale, letting the arms and head hang, we'll roll up the spine vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way up to standing. Oh, that feels so good in the spine. We can bring the hands behind the head, interlace the fingers, tucking the elbows in, and we'll roll back down the spine. So as we exhale, we'll tuck the chin in, rolling down the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Lengthening the arms back down to the mat, let the head hang, holding for a breath. On our next inhale, rolling back up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way back up to standing. Great, it's beautiful. We'll do that one more time. Bring the hands behind the head, interlace the fingers, tucking the elbows in. Exhale, rolling down the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, folding it forwards. Lengthening the arms down to the mat, head hangs, generous bend in the knees. Holding for a breath. On our next inhale, rolling back up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way up to standing again. Beautiful. Maybe just taking a moment to shake out the arms, shake out the legs. And we'll continue our warm-up with a couple of rounds of sun salutation. So just standing at the top of our mats with the toes together. We'll pull the kneecaps up to engage the quads, tucking the tailbone down and pulling the belly in. Rolling the shoulders on the back, tucking the chin in our Tadasana or mountain pose. Inhale, taking the arms out and up. Nice tall stretch. Exhaling, diving from the hips, fold forwards, generous bend in the knees. Inhale, lengthen through the legs. Come up to your half lift. We can slide the palms up the shins. Exhale, planting the palms into the mat. We'll step it back to our plank. And moving through knees, chest and chin or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, tucking the toes under, taking the hips back to our downward facing dog. And again, we can paddle out the feet here. Stretch out the legs. Just making sure we have a nice little micro bend in those elbows. The shoulders are gently pulling down the back, away from the ears. Tailbone is reaching high. And we're lengthening the heels down to the mat. One more breath. Inhale, look between the hands. We can walk, step, or jump the feet in between. Coming back to our half lift. Nice flat back. We can bring the palms to the shins. Exhaling, folding forwards, belly to thighs. Inhale, sinking the hips back. We'll take the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come down in prayer. Beautiful. We'll move through that one more time, taking a breath. Exhale, release the hands down. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhaling, diving forwards into your forward fold. Generous bend in the knees. Inhale, lengthen to your half lift. Nice flat back. Exhale, planting the palms into the mat. Step it back to your plank and knees, chest and chin or chaturanga. Knees up, elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, taking it back to our downward facing dog. And we can paddle out the feet again here, or maybe finding stillness. One more breath. On our next inhale, look in between the hands. Again, we'll walk, step, or jump the feet in between. Coming back to our half lift, nice flat back. Exhaling, folding forwards, generous bend in the knees. Inhale, sinking the hips back, taking the arms out and up, coming back up to standing. Exhale, hands come down in prayer. Beautiful. Stepping back the left foot one leg distance, we'll turn the toes into the long side of the mat. So we have a nice wide leg stance. Bringing the hands to the hips, take a nice deep breath in, lengthen through the spine. Exhaling, hinging from the hips, we'll fold forwards into a wide forward fold. Bringing the hands down to rest on the mat. If the hands don't quite reach the mat, we can grab hold of our blocks to place underneath the palms. And holding here for a breath. Then bringing the left palm into the center, we'll inhale, extend the right arm up. Then we come into a wide leg twist. Nice deep breaths. We can gaze up to that top hand. One more breath. Exhale, we'll bring the right hand down, place it where the left palm was. Inhale, we'll reach the left arm up into the sky. Coming into our twist. Maybe we feel that stretch deepen in the inner thigh. One more breath. Exhaling, we can bring that left hand down. Inhale, bring the hands to the hips. Exhaling, coming all the way back up to standing. We can turn that top foot out and we'll come back to stand at the top of our mats. Then shifting the weight into the right foot, we can bend that right knee and bring it in line with the hip, that left hip. We can rest the right hand on the outside of the knee and we'll inhale, sweep the left arm back, coming into a balancing twist. We can slowly take that gaze back behind, gazing towards that left hand. Nice deep breath, squeezing the toes of the right foot into the mat for your balance. That standing leg is strong. One more breath. Exhaling, we'll sweep that left arm through, take that left leg back, coming into our warrior one. So we have the hip square to the front of the mat. And as we exhale, we'll open the arms up to the right. So the right hand comes behind, the left arm reaches forwards. And nice deep breaths. We can always come up onto the balls of that back foot to help us deepen that twist a little bit more. One more breath. On your exhale, using your core to bring that left hand down to the inside of the right foot. So we come into a high lunge twist. That right hand keeps reaching into the air. One more breath. Exhaling, we'll bring the right hand down to the inside of the foot and gently drop the back heel down onto the mat. Inhale, reaching the left arm up into our twist. Nice deep breaths, nice strong legs. One more breath. Exhaling, we can bring that left hand down. We'll frame that front foot with the palms and then bringing this back leg to the outside of the right foot. Coming into our Lord of the Fishes. Otherwise, you can just bring yourselves down to sit and bring this right leg on top. Inhale, sit nice and tall through the spine. Exhale, twisting round to the right, hugging on to the leg. Looking back behind the shoulder. Feeling that nice, juicy twist in your spine. One more breath. Exhaling, we can come back to our center. We can unbind those legs, bring them around to one side, and we'll find our way to a downward facing dog. Taking a moment to paddle out the feet. Then on our next inhale, we'll shift the weight into a plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, taking it back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, look between the hands, walk, step, or jump the feet in between, coming back to a half lift, nice flat back. Exhale, folding forwards, generous bend in the knees. Inhale, arms back out and up, coming all the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands can come down in prayer. And then we'll do that little sequence on the right side. So we can bend that right knee, bring the knee in line with the hip. We can rest the left palm on the outside of that knee. And we'll inhale, sweep the right arm back, taking our gaze back with it too. Coming into our balancing standing twist. The left standing leg is strong. We're squeezing those toes into the mat. One more breath. Exhaling, sweeping that right arm through, taking that right leg back, coming up to our warrior one. We can always have the back heel down, or we can be up on the balls of the foot. Then exhaling, taking the left arm back. Right arm comes forwards into our crescent lunge. Again, we can gaze back at that left hand, deepening our twist. Connecting with your Ujjayi breath or deep belly breath. Exhaling, we'll bring that right hand down. Use your core to the inside of that left foot. Inhale, looking up towards that top hand in our high lunge twist. Nice deep breath. This back leg is active. The back of the knee is shining up to the ceiling. One more breath. Exhale, we'll bring that left hand down to the inside of the foot. We can drop the back heel down. We'll inhale, sweep that right arm up into the sky. Coming into our lunge twist on the right side. One more breath. Exhaling, we can windle that hand back down to the mat, framing that front foot with the palms. And then again, we'll bring that back knee to the outside of the left foot, coming into our Lord of the Fishes. So that we have the left leg on top here. Inhale, sitting nice and tall through your spine. Exhale, twisting round to the left and looking back behind the left shoulder. And again, nice deep breaths, enjoying our twists. Feeling those nice sensations throughout your spine. One more breath. Exhaling, we can gently come back to our center. We can then just bring those legs round to one side and we'll bring ourselves into a child's pose for a few breaths. And we can take this child's pose however we like today. We can have the knees together and arms down by the sides if we need a release in the lower back. If we feel like a release in the upper body, in the shoulders, we can lengthen the arms down the mat. Maybe even taking the knees out wide here as well. Again, just choosing a child's pose, listening to your body. And we can close the eyes here, reconnect with your breath. One more breath. On our next inhale, finding our way back up to our tabletop position. So the hands are shoulder width apart, knees are hip width, and we'll continue with our twisting. So we'll shift our weight into the left side of the body and we'll inhale, extend the right arm up. Exhale, threading the needle and bringing that right shoulder to rest on the mat. The head can come to rest as well. And we can keep pressing this left palm into the mat. We can relax the arm down or maybe taking it back behind the spine, deepening our twist. Wherever we are in our thread the needle, nice deep breaths. Opening up that right side of the shoulders. One more breath. Exhaling, we'll plant that left palm back into the mat and we'll reach the right hand all the way back up into the sky. Exhale, bringing that hand back down. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching the left arm up. Exhale, threading the needle, bringing that left shoulder to rest. The head can come to rest as well. And again, finding our comfortable hand placements, we can keep the hand pressing into the mat, relax the arm down, or take it back behind the spine. Nice deep breaths. One more breath. Exhaling, we can plant that right palm, back into the mat. Inhale, reaching that left arm all the way up. Exhale, we can gently bring that hand back down. Great. Then grabbing hold of our blocks for a moment here. If we don't have blocks, we can always stack some books instead. And we want the blocks on our medium height option, so they're on the sides. And we can come down onto the forearms, bringing the palms together in prayer here. And as we exhale, we'll melt the chest down to the mat. Maybe the hands come behind the head in prayer. And using your exhales to melt that chest a little further down to the mat. Nice, beautiful opening for the chest and the shoulders here. Wherever we are, nice deep breaths. One more breath. On our next inhale, peeling the chest up off the mats, coming back onto our forearms on the blocks. we can then just pop those blocks aside for one moment. Bringing ourselves to sit nice and comfortably on the sit bones. If we feel like we're leaning back when we come to seat like so, we can always prop ourselves up on a block. We can just come to sit like so, just to elevate the hips to make our hips tilt forwards rather than backwards. Great. So again, with our little twists, we'll inhale, sweep up the right arm, exhale, left arm, sorry, exhale, fold forwards, reaching for the outside of that right foot. As we inhale, we'll lift up that right leg and we can extend the right arm back. Coming into a twisted, seated forward fold variation. We have a nice twist in the spine and a nice juicy stretch in the back of the right leg. Nice deep breaths. Exhaling, we can sweep that right arm back through and gently place that right leg down, releasing the left hand. Inhale, sweep up the right arm. Exhale, folding forwards, reaching for the edge of that left foot. And we'll inhale, lift up that left leg, sweep the left arm back. Looking at the back of that hand. And a nice deep breath. We can have a micro bend in that knee. We don't need to be locking in the joints. Being mindful of your body. One more breath. Exhale, we can sweep the arm back through and gently lower the leg down to the mat. We can release that right hand. We can then bring ourselves down to lying. So just help yourself finding your way down to lying on your back comfortably. Once you've made your way down, bring both the knees into the chest and give yourself a nice hug. Maybe rock from side to side to massage the back. And then keeping the right knee into the chest, we'll extend the left leg down to the mat. Taking that right knee over to the left side. The lower back comes off the mat, but we're still grounding down through our shoulder blades. Extending that right arm out and gazing over to the right side as well. For a supine twist. And feeling that sweet release in your lower back. One more breath. Exhaling, we can gently roll back to our center. We can bring both the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Then keeping the left knee into the chest, we can extend the right leg down to the mat. Taking that left knee over to the right side. Extending the left arm out. Gazing over to the left side as well. And relaxing here. Nice slow deep breath. One more breath. Exhaling, gently coming back to center. We can hug both the knees into the chest again. Give yourself a nice hug. And then finishing with one last twist in our spine, we'll extend both the arms out to the sides. And using your core, exhale, let both the knees fall over to the left side. So again, the lower back comes off the mat, Maybe the toes come to rest on the ground, maybe the knees do, or maybe the knees hover. Gazing over to the right side for a double leg twist. One more breath. Exhaling, using your core, bring the knees back to the center. Inhale, gently let the knees fall over to the right side. That lower back comes off the mat. We're still grounding down through the shoulder blades. And gazing over to the left side. And just relaxing here for a moment, for a few breaths. One more breath. Exhale, using your core, bring the knees back to the center. Give yourself one last nice hug. Maybe one last little rock from side to side. And then using your core to gently rock yourself back up to sitting. Great. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this video has fulfilled all of your twisting needs for your spine today. Thanks so much again. Please remember to like the video, leave me a little comment if you enjoyed, and subscribe to my channel for more free weekly content. Thanks again. I'll see you next time. Namaste.